What's up guys, I'm back at it again with a new tutorial, today with fucking something very exciting, okay? So maybe some of you have seen the GPT-5 reveal video, and right at the beginning there was a countdown. Actually the countdown was split into parts. The first part was a circular countdown, and this is exactly that I'm going to show you in this video, how you can create this in After Effects. The second part was a grid kind of countdown, and I'm completely sure they made this in Cavalry. But if you would like to know how you can do that as well in After Effects, just tell me in the description, just tell me in the comments down below, and I will make a tutorial how you can create this grid countdown also in After Effects. Let's stop yapping around and let's jump straight into After Effects and let's get started. Let's make a composition as always. Let's call this main at first, and let's make this 1080. Wait a minute, 1920 by 1080. We need to make a background. Let's make a white background. Let's call this BG, and let's now add a text. Start with the number 19 because I would like to make a countdown from 19 to 10. Let's make this dark gray, almost black, something like this. And let's reposition it to the middle. If you hold Control and double click the anchor point tool here, it will automatically snap the anchor point to the middle of the text. So let's do that. Press P for position. And we are going to add an expression to the position. The expression is going to be in the description down below as well. So you can just copy and paste it. Add the expression in it, and you can directly see that there is an issue. It's because the index for this layer, 0 based, is 12. But it has to be the same number as our text layer number. So it should be 19. So just fix it to 19 and it will fix it automatically. And you can see that our number has moved to the right side because the radius of the circle is going to be 300 pixels. What I like to have is I like to have control over everything. So I would like to have the controls of the radius. So if I want to animate the radius from 500 to 300, I need to make keyframes, and to do so we need to add an adjustment layer. So let's add an adjustment layer and let's add a slider control on it. Call this slider control radius, and now let's go back to our expression. Delete the 300 and pick whip. Wait, hold up. Let's select the adjustment layer one. Click here on the radius and let's pick whip it to our radius slider. Just click it away. And now you can see if we change the slider, the radius is going to change as well. So let's make the radius here something like, let's start with, god damn. Let's start with 300, all right? So now we can actually just duplicate those text layers. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. 10. Okay, now we have 10 texts here, and we need to change those numbers as we want. So let's make it 18, let's make this one 17, and so on. You can see that we have a perfect circle. When we change this, only the circle is going to change the size, and we can also change the count. You can see that the circle works perfectly with 10 numbers. But if we want to make another number here as well, like for example 9, you will see that, for example, let's just duplicate this. You can see here that the number 9 is going to be on the number 19. It's going to overlap. So to fix this, you can just go into the property here and change the count to, for example, 13. Oh, wait a minute, like this. You can also connect this with the slider controller. You can just, just duplicate this, rename this, for example, count, and just pick whip it to the count slider. And now when we make 13, for example, the count is going to change. This is a way where you can have completely control over this scene, and you can do with it whatever you want to do. So let's just delete this because we don't actually need that. Let's add a null object so we can rotate this circle. So let's make a null. Let's call this control. Let's put this above and let's make the color yellow. The thing is, if we select all our numbers and pick whip it to the control, you can see that our anchor point is down there. To fix this, we need to put the anchor point to the other side. So I think that's 0, 0, right? Yeah, that's 0, 0. So let's pick whip it. And now we need to get the anchor point to the middle here. So let's turn on the proportional grid. And let's just move it here into the middle. Now, when we rotate it, it rotates perfectly. But there is another issue. Our numbers are rotating with the null object, and we don't want that. Easy fix to this is we go to our rotation property here, and we just pick whip the rotation. Like maybe let's do this. Let's pick whip one rotation to the null control, go to this, and just add a minus to this expression, and it will fix it. So when we rotate this, you can see the number 10 is counter-reacting to our rotation from the null object. So if the null object is rotating plus 101, our 10 is rotating minus 101. So we just need to copy only the expression and just paste it here. And it's going to fix it perfectly. Now we can start animating everything. So let's animate the rotation of the circle at first. So let's start with number 19. So the number 19 is revealing itself at 1 second. So we need to go to, maybe let's check proportional grid. So let's start like this, and let's add a keyframe. And let's put this keyframe here. Then go to the middle between 1 second and 2 seconds. And let's animate it like here. And then we go again to the middle between 2 seconds and 3 seconds. And rotate it here. When you have done that, just select all of those keyframes, go to the graph editor, select all of them as well, and let's just narrow this. We can see here a line. This is the line of every second here, and the peak of our velocity should always be at the line. Select all numbers, go to 1 second, and just move all of them here. So let's add a transform effect. And let's keyframe the position. Easy ease it. And move the keyframe here. Go back to the start. And just move it to the left. Go to the graph editor. And let's just make it like this. Perfect. That looks actually pretty nice. Let's add a color. Maybe move this a little bit more. Let's add a color. So let's add a fill effect, and let's just pick whip it here. So we have the base color black, keyframe the color, and hold Control, Alt and H to change the keyframe to a hold keyframe. You can also do that by right click on it and then toggle hold keyframe. Just move this like 4 frames, 5 frames to the right, and let's change the color to something like this, for example. Again, hold keyframe, and it should look something like this. Maybe let's move this keyframe one frame to the left. And let's add our motion blur. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Maybe we should align this keyframe with the keyframe above here. Yeah, I think we should do that. So now we can just select all of them and just copy and paste them here. And now we can just change the colors of every number. So we have something like this. And now we can move all of those numbers to the seconds. So second 2, second 3, second 4. We will put on second 2, 18. On second 3, we will put 17. And so on. We can actually move everything here. So we start at this keyframe. It looks something like this. Pretty nice, right? We can add more flow to it. So let's select all keyframes, go to the graph editor, and let's select all of them here. We can move them a little bit up. That's maybe too much, something like this. And then when we play it, it won't stop in those areas. It will just keep moving. Yeah, that looks nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment and subscribe to never miss another tutorial. And if you would like I said, to see the second part of the tutorial, just leave a like, comment and subscribe. Just let me know if you would like to see a tutorial of that grid. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.